Penguin Random House Audio presents The Class, a life-changing teacher, his world-changing kids, and the most inventive classroom in America. This is the author, Heather Juan Tesoriero. For K, G, and E, who taught my heart everything it ever needed to know, and in loving memory of my brother, Matthew Robert Tesoriero, 1983 to 1991. I cannot teach anybody anything. I can only make them think. Socrates. It's not the broken dreams that break us, it's the ones we don't dare to dream. Mr. Shu on Glee. Author's note. I spent the entire 2016-2017 school year with Andy Bramante and his science research students. I commuted daily to Greenwich High School, minus occasional days off to write, and traveled to Washington, D.C., Los Angeles, and multiple locations in Connecticut to report on the science competitions. I recorded more than 70 hours of interviews, conversations, and presentations. I also kept digital and analog notes from my time with Andy and his kids. It was impossible to be present for every scene in the book, so some have been reconstructed following extensive interviews. There are several instances where names have been changed. In each case, I've explicitly stated when I've done so. Summer. Chapter 1. Andy. On July 18th, 2016, at 2:22 a.m., Andy Bramante's cell phone buzzed with an incoming text. He rolled over in his bed, pulled his phone close to his face, and saw a message from Shobita Sundaram. "Hey, guess who's a regional finalist for Google Science Fair?" read the little text bubble. Squinting down at his phone, Andy tapped out a reply. "Yay! So happy for ya." Shobi had spent her sophomore year in Andy's science research class at Greenwich High School, building an algorithm that could help predict which breast cancer drugs would be most effective in killing tumors. She taught herself to code in middle school and was also a masterful public speaker, a crucial weapon in the science fair world. Between the knockout algorithm and her impressive ability to tout it, Andy thought Shobita, a.k.a. Shobi, the Shobinator, and Shobi-Wan Kenobi, was poised to floor the judges at the Connecticut Science and Engineering Fair, CSEF, the gateway to Intel International Science and Engineering Fair, ISEF, the mother of all science fairs. So it had seemed a shocking oversight of sorts when she failed to place at CSEF back in March. It had also infuriated Shobi's mother, who'd wanted to send a scathing email to the judges. Now, as he read the text that Shobi was a regional finalist for the Google Science Fair, where thousands of kids from all over the world submitted a slew of ambitious projects, everything from fighting drought with fruit to detecting lung cancer with a breath test, a sense of redemption washed over Andy. He was thrilled that Shobi got her due. He fell back to sleep, but less than an hour later, his phone buzzed again. The 3:10 a.m. message was from William Yin, a rising senior and one of the most astounding kids Andy had ever had in his class. "Hi, Mr. B," read the first text bubble. The second said, "Shobi and I are GSF regional finalists." Ah, William. This was not so much a big surprise to Andy as continued validation for William's invention. He developed a blueprint for a Band-Aid-like sticker that could be applied to the neck to detect the presence of atherosclerosis, the plaque that can break off, form a clot, and kill you with a heart attack or stroke. The Google accolade was the latest glittery float in a seemingly endless parade of William's victories for his sticker. Andy tapped out a congratulatory reply that involved a lot of exclamation points, trying to make his delight register through his foggy haze. William would always be one of Andy's most beloved, if crazy-making students. There was a deep connection between the two, one bored of brutally long days in the lab and the process of trying to work through the enigma that was William. But now Andy just wanted to get some shut-eye. He set his phone down on his night table, rolled over, and went back to sleep. When he finally woke up for good that day, Andy
Sample complete. Ready to continue?